there's going to be a bunch of probably regulars here too. So it's like everyone's vying for the spot. But like I said, but you'll still get to talk to somebody. Just make sure you say it. But we got here before the cat flies, so hopefully. Hey guys. You start an investigation. That's how you start. I would have somebody do it. Huh? Yes. But if you want to there's no other way to get an investigation going. Hey guys. Oh, good. Good morning. Good. I'm just saying, that's the only way to really get things rolling. Well, that you could, when you tell them you want to report it, they give you their investigators. It's not, you're not going to reach out to them directly. They have their investigators. They take you to another room and they take you what it is and then they submit it. That's just the process. Because that's how I got my stuff through too.
Did you put in the chit to speak next to speak?
Oh, no.
You could do it together, as you know, if you wanted to, but it's up to you. Hey guys, we have company today. Hey Scientology, yeah, we got company. Oh God, it's gonna be these two handsome guys. These two handsome guys. Yes, they are. We're here to fight for the children.
Can I put in a fist bump? You're world famous.
Yeah.
Man, I got you on the 790.
Oh, thank you, Gord.
Yeah, the John Phillips show. They've been playing you for
Yes, they're here.
790 on their AM radio. Oh, yeah, you're famous now, bro. They got you singing on there. Yeah. Good job, by the way. Good job.
Sure, guys here.
It's kind of cool to meet somebody famous.
Are you sure, guy? Alright, that's morning.
I don't know. I think they're gonna try to line up in the city hall, so I don't know if they're gonna.
If you go there, can you sign me up?
If I can get in, I will.
Why don't you go there first and then go in and then come back out?
Huh?
I know.
If I get in, I will. But the thing is, most likely you get in first.
Yeah, but I'm going to be here for a while probably because I have friends here today.
Okay. That's okay. But again, if I line up outside, I couldn't do anything. If I get in.
But I'll try it. If I go over there, and you're in the line, I'll snag you in.
Yeah.
I just don't know if we're going to be able to speak over there.
Yeah.
We have the afternoon.
Yeah, I will try though. I will try. If I get in.
Oh, thank you, Carrie.
I'll sign you if I get in. No
thank
problem.
You. We're ready.
That is if I get in. I forgot to bring the card. Again.
What card?
The special ID. I forgot to do it. I did my laundry, washed my jacket, so I
No,
changed
Dan,
to a
they
different jacket. I
had to
didn't bring
book to
the
get in.
card.
Okay.
Bring the card. But I saw several news vans outside of City Hall, so I'm assuming something big is happening. There must be something about fire chief stuff,
I hope
fire
so.
drama. Otherwise, there wouldn't be some news vans outside of City Hall. So
Well, their fans are out there a lot, but there should be something being said about it. Okay. Yeah, right. I wish.
didn't see you.
Hi.
So she told me no.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Are you there? Am I on? Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Well, very early. Hopefully, okay. Well, I think there's going to be a hard time getting in. I don't think everyone's going to be speaking today. It's going to be a packed house. We have more. Gonna be. We have more people. Hi. Good. How you doing? Are you already live? Yes. Yes, I am. I get on early because. Good morning, Jenna. Hi. Nice to see you again. I know we met before. Yeah, at I can't think of it. La Poubelle.
I know.
I think
That was so.
long ago. Yeah.
Well, also, but I know you're audio. What's your name? Or
Yeah.
oh, it's okay.
Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. Or Joanne. Like Joe. I go by Joe for short. Okay, guys. Is everyone calling in? I think. The AA meeting. This is the Popo meeting, and I'm going to try to catch. Hopefully, I can speak at City Hall. I think it's going to be pretty busy over there. You guys look so handsome. I'm so glad to see you here. So that's what, sorry guys, but I'm not used, I'm doing it the horizontal. I'm going to try to do that more often and do a little bit back and forth until I can do it separately. But it's like the chat disappears on this way. Oh, quiet. I'll talk more. Oh, this is better? Oh man, Dan, stop. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I got here early. I'm just like a little tired. I have my coffee with me though. Just that. Hey, I signed you in.
You signed me in?
Yeah.
What do you call it? I will be there for a second.
Oh, good, please. Oh,
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
gonna hammer him in.
Good.
Is it going
I don't want to go alone.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
I don't want to go alone, but like even now, I'm making my campaign to get rid of either they need to revamp CPAB or get rid of it, but they need to get rid of people who are what do you call it, lobbyists. And she's a lobbyist. She's paid to be there,
She's a lobbyist.
and they need to get rid of that. And so I want to confront
How
her.
did she get appointed too?
They all do, because you just said that it's a volunteer, but because they don't understand that the CPAB captains and then the police, and then then you go through a background check because it's.
So the cops get to choose.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Which
and the
community
CPAB
members they want to have.
Yes,
represent the
absolutely.
community.
They tried to keep me. They didn't want me on it because I wouldn't like. You had to have like a big. You're supposed to have a big social media reach, which they don't. But there has to have something within the community, a position that they pick and choose. Yes. And I've seen good qualified people turned down just for stupid stuff, like really smart people that do a lot, but because they don't have a big social media thing or whatever. So yeah, they pick them.
They do. So let me ask you this: she has a big social media.
Heck no, but she has
Just she has a church of Scientology.
Yeah.
She doesn't have-
No, but that was my CPAB. I guess that they were concerned about that.
Do you know who's on Hollywood?
On Hollywood, well, she is.
So she's on both.
Yes. March 18th is the one for Hollywood.
Good to see it.
But yeah, we need to I want them to really what it should be, in my opinion, is more like meetings that are more like town hall meetings, and anyone can come, not to have a secret club. Because do you remember that Josh Rubenstein? Do you remember him? And all that night.
Wait, I'm talking about the LAPD spokesperson?
Yeah.
How's he? The guy who used to be a news anchor.
Yes, but in between those two things, he was the president of the North Hollywood CPAB.
Really?
And so that's how he got that position. And then made some racist comments. But that is a volunteer. When you're a CPAB, you're a volunteer. And he was the president. He got fired for making racist comments Okay, and
to a number, 3 people.
cops, actual
His
LAPD
underlings,
officers.
people who bricked
Yes.
their meeting.
Okay, and so then another one, president, the following president after him, is on the commit. You know the commission that like goes like when the judges, I mean, say the chief says, "I want this cop fired."
Oh yeah, board of rights.
Right. Well, he's on that.
He's on. Who was on board of rights?
His name is. Oh, I can't think of his name right now. I'll know it. But he was the president after Josh.
So in other words, because they're more lenient than that.
Way more lenient. And he even told me, he goes, because they groom them, because they're on CPAB, that's a cheerleading squad. You got a glimpse of it, how it's a cheerleading squad. But it's also a trajectory up inside. And so what you're going to, so it's just, so yeah, he's going to be with the rank and file because they're so surrounded by the slows who are rank and file. They're not, so.
Well, Hernandez has Vargas given you problems? He wears glasses sometimes, kind of a little pudgy.
Where,
At the Northeast.
I haven't had any problems with them except for them lying. Like Hernandez saying he wants to be neutral.
Hernandez likes to, they often team up together, Hernandez
Yeah.
and Vargas.
And then Rivas, there was a Rivas. He was nice to me. Like none of them have been disrespectful.
Nice
but
doesn't mean anything.
right, but you know who I do like though is the president of their CPAP because he allows us to have public speaking, what none of the others do.
I'm gonna run over the Hollywood one. I don't care what they say. I'm
Good.
going over them.
But the other one, he
I just won
allows
a
it.
lawsuit, too.
Huh? Oh, you did for the
My CPRA lawsuit.
you won?
They settled. They agreed that they weren't going to win, so they settled. They're going to hand it over the next week. We'll see.
Oh man, see, I should do that
Well,
then.
it's one of 17 lawsuits I'm filing. I'm going back to back to back to back to back. So it's about CPRAs.
Okay, but still, that's a huge way to fight.
Well, yeah, because listen, on this one we wanted post IDs. We wanted a roster with officers post IDs too to see.
Good.
Because listen, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in post that tools that we could obviously use that the
Right.
LSPD is not using. So they refused to give it over the post IDs, and now they agreed to. Now next one we're going for is.
There's surety bonds.
Well, we're asking for a roster with supervisor names. The reason why is they released one a few years ago and it had supervisors' names, and that's how we figured out who was in the Mission Division gang unit. When they were
Okay.
doing all that crappy stuff, we looked at who was the supervisor, who was in the gang unit. We could identify, look who their supervisor was, and then from there we could see who all the gang unit members are.
Wow. Okay.
And so I filed a CPRA using, I guess they did somebody filed a CPRA in 2021 or 2022. I literally took their language verbatim, copied it into a new CPRA, and they turned me down. But you've already set the precedence and you have released.
Right.
So
Right.
there's no fighting. There's no fighting. The only thing you're going to do is pay my attorney fees. And I could care
See, I don't
less.
even have an attorney. I had to do this stuff on my own. I had to figure out how to try to do it. I also want to sue for it because I'm doing cure and corrects. Like that's when like they're breaking the Brown Act, like a city, and I put it in, and they had 30 days to answer to it to fix the issue or not. So I'm trying to straighten them out too. But I hope because like it's not that I'm scared. It's just that I feel like I'm going into the belly of the beast down there at Northeast. It's scarier than things. Like there's something. They're creepy. They
What time is that?
that one's at 6.
I'll be there. 100%.
Because Hernandez, he sits like right with him and the detective. What's her name? Gomez. They sit right behind Janet when I went there. So they're all buddy.
We got to break that relationship.
We do, and the whole shit. Like I want to break up CPAP. I had someone before that wants to break it up, and I'm like, no, it's really important, but it's not. It's not when you really think of it. It's just a trajectory where you can work your way up the ranks, because they don't want, and it's all one way info. But anyway, I'll let you get. But I just don't know because there's so many people. I don't know if we're going. I hope we all get called, but we got in early. We got all ours in. Yeah, we got it in first, like in early.
Definitely be there tomorrow. You feel like holding my camera?
Sure, anytime. Yeah, Huh?
A pen?
Yeah, of course I have a pen. Sorry, guys. I get talking with the police shop with him. It's like Sorry, guys. I've been ignoring chat, not intentionally. I forgot to return it to the city clerk. I'm like, wow, they have nice pens. Why is the city clerk having such nice pens? Sorry, guys.
We, sorry guys, whatever. We are the police. Like, talk about the police stuff always. That was actually, he gave me some good news. He's paving the way to make it easier for us to get our CPRAs by, you know, I wish I had a lawyer. If any lawyer wants to help represent me, like, for free or whatever, I'd be grateful, because I have a lot of CPRAs that I could sue for as well. Oop. Sorry.
What's the agenda today? Anything good?
You know, I didn't even look at it, but I know there's a lot of like donations and stuff.
Yeah, always. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Is there anything going on with addressing Karen Bass and Fire Commission?
I believe they're kind of, I don't know if they're actually, like, I didn't see anything on the agenda except for extending the emergency and stuff. But I believe that they are, like, lining up, and the news vans is out there, the lines are already out there.
I'm gonna creep around and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
If I see Karen Bass out there, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah, well, you're gonna see her out there. I think she goes up through tunnels, like, seriously.
Or Hugo.
Or he'll probably be there.
I have a thing. He stood right by her when she made
Yes.
that announcement about crowding.
But not just him.
Karen Price.
I know Karen Price too.
Karen Price is under indictment for embezzlement
Yeah.
and corruption.
I wonder what she has over them, like her.
She's had something over Hugo.
I hear that's why the planners are not moved.
So buddy. And I'm sick.
Scientology. I want to bring a billionaire contract. He gets scared when I come up, cause especially at the committee meetings, because, you know.
Well, listen, he's been on. He's been. This guy. I followed this guy for about 2 miles.
I mean, I know you and I have to for it. He's been cool to me. Good cop, bad cop. Was it? Oh, so here, so Miss Yu is here. Oh, no.
What have y'all been talking about?
Yeah.
We don't have a recording of, which
The
is why
same easy sometimes,
everybody
guys.
in the government's supposed to
You just
have a
have to-
cam on. But they don't want to listen to me. When you do all those dirtbag conversations that nobody gets to hear, that's why you're all supposed
I'm
to have
hoping
a
that they
cam
speak
on,
to-
because you're dirty. This is not a Brown Act moment. You can talk back with me. I'm a person here too, who knows what's
These are
going
the
on.
gadflies. These are the regular gadflies.
I want to support this. You know I do. This guy doesn't know what year it is. I just heard the recording. This is twice, 2 years in a row. And bro, what the problem is, one, you don't get the right proper sleep either. And you have too many things you're doing. You don't even know what year it is. There is a thing in the Bible too, it's called rest. He does give us an option to rest.
It's gonna be lit. But I hope in North Hollywood we had 3.
Not a Brown Act moment. What did you two just say? We're supposed to have that as a
Address that.
recording.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you can just opt in at any time. You can just wear a
In 2
cam
weeks.
and show the whole United States of America you're the leader.
Well, 2 of them.
That you got the lead from Jonathan, though.
It's crazy.
Let's be sure who's the leader.
I hope they. I'm just curious what they think about it.
And you know I love you. You know, this is the same thing you tell your children. If anybody's got something, when they're doing the wrong, you try to get them going the right way. Hey, come on, chicken, let me get you going the right way.
Good morning.
Okay, guys.
Commissioners, Chief McDonald, Mr. Sibley, Madam Secretary, Acting Inspector General Florence Hugh, City Attorney Carlos De La Guerra, and members of the public. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. It is 9:30 a.m. It's a regular meeting of the Los Angeles Board of Commissioners. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Good morning. Please let the record reflect that Commissioner Sellers, Shields, Launching, Garcia, and Gordon are present and available now. Mr. President.
Thank you. We welcome everyone attending this morning. This commission is committed to ensuring equal access to its meetings. It's requested that individuals shall require the services of a translator contact the board secretary no later than the day preceding the meeting. Whenever possible, a translator will be provided. Sign language interpreters and assistive listening devices or other auxiliary aids and/or services may be provided upon request. To ensure availability, you are advised to make your request at least 72 hours prior to the meeting you wish to attend. All public comment will be heard on item 2 on the agenda. We'll dedicate a total of 45 minutes to public comment.
The chief's report comes first, then public comment.
Per agenda item for a maximum of 2 minutes total. At the request of the speaker will then be given 1 additional minute for general public comment for a maximum of 3 minutes total. The order of the speakers will be a speaker in this room will go first, then we will take a speaker watching today's meeting on Zoom. We will alternate between speakers in the room and Zoom for a total of 25 minutes. Members of the public who participate in public comment are reminded that they can speak to any item on the agenda or a matter within jurisdiction.
Okay, guys.
Public comment is your opportunity to address the board. So you're free to express your opinion on matters before the board,
I'm not sure.
and to generally express when you disagree with other opinions expressed. However, directing your comments to other individuals who have spoken or attacking others who have expressed their opinion shall be deemed off topic, and your public comment period
Is
will be
who's gonna
concluded.
who's on Zoom?
Members of the public who choose to participate in the public comment portion of the
Man, I
agenda,
like this with the
you can
comments.
participate in this meeting in a number of ways outlined on the agenda. Message for those attending the meeting
I
in
don't know.
person.
Let's keep it. That's a good
This is
question.
a regular meeting between the board, the department, and key stakeholders. Meetings of the board whose commissioners are open to the public. The state's Ralph M. Brown Act affords the public their opportunity to present at the meetings, hear the presentations and dialogue in real time, and provide feedback via the public comment period. During these meetings, there's a need for the board to carry out public business expeditiously without delays or disruptions. Members of the audience shall not engage in any conduct which cause an actual disruption of the meeting. Those attending in person are reminded that disruptive behavior will be cause for removal. If you disrupt this meeting, you will be provided with 1 and only 1 warning to cease disruptive behavior. If you fail to cease such behavior, you will be removed from the meeting. All attendees must be seated. Failure to follow this rule will result in a warning and removal from the meeting. Before we move to the agenda items, I'd like to address a recent news story about the department's recruitment division. I believe that I can speak for all members of the police commission when I say that the behavior alleged is unacceptable. The Los Angeles Police Department prides itself on its high recruitment standards and its merit-based selection process. To hear, even in allegations, that this may not be the case is concerning, and I'd like to assure the public that the department is conducting a full investigation. The Office of the Inspector General is monitoring this investigation, and they have from the onset of those allegations. And I thank them in advance for their continued attention to this matter. The other item I'd like to mention is we're going to be moving agenda item, regular agenda item 4C, the department's report, to a later date when the speaker is available to address the board. With that, we will move to item number 1, the report of the Chief of Police, Chief McDonald.
Morning, President Sellers, Vice President Shields, Commissioners, Acting Inspector General Yu, City Attorney De La Guerra, and Mr. Sibley. Today I'll be discussing significant events from the previous 2 weeks, providing a crime update, and discussing our personnel strength. During the previous 2 weeks, we had 2 officer-involved shootings. The first involves Metropolitan Division. On February 11th, at approximately 9:55, Harbor Division uniformed officers responded to a radio call of a 415 male with a gun at Western Avenue and Lomita Boulevard. When the officers arrived in the area, they observed the suspect, later identified as Samuel Condi, armed with a revolver and walking east on 254th Street from Belport Avenue. That's in the Harbor City area. As they attempted to contact Condi, he began to run, and the officers initiated a foot pursuit. Condi ultimately ran to the rear of the residence at 25718 Belport Avenue, which was overgrown with foliage and littered with large mounds of debris. Metropolitan Division K-9 personnel responded, searched the yard, determined that Condi was hiding inside a metal storage shed. Condi was given multiple commands to surrender, however, he refused. The officers requested the resources of Metropolitan Division Special Weapon and Tactics, who responded and began negotiating with Condi to surrender. Approximately 1 hour later, Condi was observed in the yard holding a revolver while walking in the direction of officers, and an officer-involved shooting occurred. Despite being struck by gunfire, Condi refused to surrender, prompting the use of a beanbag shotgun, a taser, and a directed canine bite. He was subsequently taken into custody without further incident. Los Angeles Fire Department personnel who were staged at the scene immediately rendered aid to Condi. He was then transported by rescue ambulance to a local hospital where he was treated for his wounds and cleared for booking. No officers or other community members were injured during the incident. Condi's handgun has not been located, however. A discharged 38 caliber cartridge casing was recovered in the yard near where he was taken into custody. Force Investigation Division investigators responded to the scene and continue to investigate this incident. The second OAS was in Wilshire Division. On February 19th, Wilshire Area Uniform Gang Enforcement Detail officers were assisting with a burglary task force when they became involved in a vehicle pursuit of a possible burglary suspect. During the pursuit, the suspect, who was later identified as Quentin Monk, drove to the area of Oakwood Avenue and June Street, entering a cul-de-sac. Monk turned the vehicle around and accelerated toward officers, resulting in an officer-involved shooting. Monk refused to stop and continued to flee in his vehicle as a pursuit continued, terminating at the intersection of Beverly Boulevard and Wilton Avenue when he collided with an occupied vehicle. After the collision, Monk attempted to escape on foot, but was quickly taken into custody. Monk was not struck during the OAS, and no officers were injured during the incident. However, the driver of the vehicle involved in the collision was transported to a local hospital and treated for minor injuries. Force Investigation Division investigators responded to the scene and are investigating this incident as well. Year to date, we've had 5 officer-involved shootings, the same number as this time last year. We had a pursuit that ended in a traffic collision on February 16th, about 23:50 hours. Central Patrol officers responded to the area of 1100 East 5th Street following 2 recent radio calls, one of which reported 3 armed men wearing ski masks at a private party club event. While on scene, a security guard from the event pointed out a gray Mercedes and shouted, "They have a gun." Officers tactically approached the vehicle, which was occupied by 2 males. As officers attempted to order them out of the vehicle, the suspects ignored commands and fled at a high rate of speed. A vehicle pursuit was initiated at 5th and Alameda. As suspects entered the Santa Monica Freeway, officers lost visual contact, but the air unit located the vehicle as it exited at Los Angeles Street. While exiting, the suspect vehicle ran a red light and collided with 2 uninvolved motorists. All individuals remained in their vehicles until officers arrived. The passenger in the vehicle, passenger in the suspect vehicle and the driver of one of the uninvolved vehicles sustained fractures and were transported to a local hospital for treatment. The driver of the suspect vehicle, identified as a juvenile, complained of pain but had no significant injuries. The driver and passenger of the third vehicle were not injured. The juvenile suspect was booked for felony evading, and due to the seriousness of the injuries sustained, the multidisciplinary investigation team responded to the scene and is handling the investigation. On February 22nd, at approximately 20:10 hours, Central Area Uniform Patrol officers were in the vicinity of Grand Avenue and Washington Boulevard when they observed a motorcyclist believed to be part of a larger group seen in the area earlier. Officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop, but the motorcyclist failed to yield and subsequently crashed into a streetlight. Officers immediately stopped, took the subject into custody, and rendered aid. The motorcyclist, a 16-year-old male, was transported to the hospital where he was treated for multiple fractures, an intracranial hemorrhage, and a lacerated aorta. He was cited for reckless driving. The multidisciplinary collision investigation team responded to the scene and is handling the traffic collision investigation. On February 21st, at approximately 3:10 in the morning, West Valley officers observed 2 masked burglary suspects exiting the closed California restaurant carrying a crowbar and a hammer. A third suspect, a female, was waiting in a parked white Mercedes-Benz As officers attempted to investigate, the suspects fled, leading to a 7-minute pursuit on freeways and surface streets. During the pursuit, the suspects slowed near the 101 freeway on-ramp. The primary unit maneuvered to avoid a collision but struck a curb and a light pole. The secondary unit then collided with the primary unit, resulting in one officer sustaining minor injuries. The officer was treated and released from a local hospital. Valley Traffic Division has handled the collision investigation. The suspect later crashed in the Tarzana Hospital parking lot, where all suspects fled on foot. Officers impounded the Mercedes and recovered burglary tools and other evidence. Further investigation by Van Nuys detectives linked the vehicle to the female driver, who was later arrested for burglary and evading police. Detectives are working to identify the remaining suspects. Over the past week, we've seen a concerning rise in burglary incidents across the San Fernando Valley, particularly in Devonshire, Van Nuys, and West Valley areas. These crimes have targeted both businesses and residents, with suspects acting in coordinated efforts to gain entry, steal property, and evade law enforcement. On February 16th and 17th, 3 residential burglaries were reported in West Valley, all involving the silver BMW 3 Series. Surveillance footage recovered from each location helped link these incidents, and during the investigation, officers recovered a lighter dropped by one of the suspects, which has been submitted for DNA analysis. The suspect vehicle was later found and impounded in the city of Palmdale, where detectives recovered gloves and expired identification cards belonging to burglary victims. Efforts to identify the suspects are ongoing with assistance from multiple divisions and investigative resources. In Devonshire, during the early mornings of February 17th, 3 businesses, a Taco Bell, Yonder Coffee, and Jamba Juice, were burglarized in quick succession. In each case, suspects shattered the front glass doors to gain entry, ransacked the locations, and fled. CCTV footage suggests these burglaries were committed by the same group who used a blue Hyundai sedan during at least one of the crimes. As of now, no investigative lead has been established to identify the suspects, but a crime alert is pending. In Van Nuys, officers responded to an attempted residential burglary at 8:30 a.m. on February 17th. A group of 5 suspects arrived in a 2006 silver BMW, with 4 individuals entering the victim's property via the backyard. Thanks to an alert neighbor who contacted police, suspects fled before gaining entry. The vehicle, later identified as having an active felony warrant from West LA, was impounded by the LA County Sheriff's Department, but the suspects remain at large. These incidents highlight a troubling trend of organized burglary crews operating in the valley. The department is using every available tool to identify and apprehend those responsible. We're coordinating efforts across multiple divisions and agencies, ensuring information is shared efficiently. As captured on news yesterday, on February 22nd at about 4:30 in the afternoon, a group of bicyclists attacked a driver near San Vicente and Carrillo Drive. The incident began as a verbal dispute and escalated when some suspects vandalized the victim's vehicle, prompting him to get out of the car. The group then physically assaulted him, punching and kicking him even after he fell to the ground. Wilshire detectives are actively investigating. Video evidence confirms that the suspects damaged the vehicle and assaulted the victim. Detectives have identified witnesses, reviewed additional footage, and linked this group to a robbery at a Rampart area 7-Eleven on the same day. The same suspects also attempted to enter 7-Eleven in West Los Angeles, but employees, recognizing the threat, locked the doors, activated the alarm, preventing another crime. A news release has been issued, and efforts to identify the suspects is ongoing, working with other divisions and law enforcement partners to compare video footage and explore investigative leads. Wilshire detectives will follow up with the victim and continue coordinating with specialized units on strategy to address large groups of disruptive bicyclists. Over the past 4 weeks, overall crime trends in Los Angeles have shown a slight decline, with combined persons and property crimes down just under 1% compared to the previous period. Persons crimes have decreased by 3.8%, while property crimes remain stable. While homicides remain down 22.2% year-to-date compared to 2024, we have seen an increase in the past month, with homicides rising by 92.3%,
Yes,
with
3
12
in
more
my
homicides compared to the prior 4 weeks. Additionally, the number of shooting victims has increased by 37.7%, or 26 more shooting victims in the past month, with notable spikes in southeast, Topanga, and southwest areas. On a positive note, aggravated assaults have decreased 3.5% or 38 crimes over the past 4 weeks. We're continuing to monitor this activity, however, no trend or pattern has been associated with the increase. Robberies are down 4.6% over the last month. Burglaries have increased by 18.6% over the last month. Several divisions, including Devonshire, Olympic, Van Nuys, Pacific, Northeast, and Topanga, have experienced notable increases. Residential burglaries have risen sharply by almost 34%, with significant spikes in Olympic, Pacific, Devonshire, and Topanga areas. Non-residential burglaries have increased by 4.6%, with Devonshire and West LA seeing the largest jumps. Several burglary crews have been identified as possibly being involved. Our detectives are working to apprehend those suspects responsible, and we continue to deploy additional resources to troubled areas. Vehicle thefts remain relatively stable, down 0.5% or 9 incidents over the last 4 weeks. And then on our update on our personnel strength as of February 24th, sworn personnel is currently holding at 8778. Civilian personnel staffing is at 2664, and reserve officers are at 379. That completes my report this morning, Mr. President.
Thank you, Chief. Just one question. I'd like to go to personnel that are deployed for the fires regarding access to their homes, escorts to their homes, traffic control. What percentage or what number of people do we have still doing that, and is it still 12 on, 12 off deployment?
Yeah, we have still a contingent out there, and it varies. We have, I believe it's 2 and 20 a day, but I'll get to the exact numbers. The CHP are still deployed in the Palisades area, assisting with crime suppression efforts, and the National Guard are still on scene as well. So we've been able to retain those assets for an extended period of time, and they have been very, very helpful. We have also been able to, I think, deter people from coming into that area and doing what otherwise might be burglaries or looting events.
And Chief, going back to your comments about the February 22nd attack at San Vicente and Carrillo, these bicycle crews have been extremely problematic over the last year. We had a presentation by the task force here several months ago. What's being done to address that? I do know that in some instances, they obviously are becoming a little bit more aggressive. They're taunting people out of their cars. When they get out of their cars, unfortunately, they've done it to these gentlemen, to others. What actions are we taking, and does it seem to be organized in any way?
Yeah, it does seem to be organized. The actions we're taking is an investigative follow-up using video to try and identify the individuals as best we can. As I mentioned, that they had shown up at 2 other 7-Elevens. There'll be video most likely at those locations. Some of these are masked up as they do this, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. But they're trying to put this together, identify these individuals, and hold them accountable. When you have serial events like this, it's a relatively, in this case, 20 to 30, not small, but the same people doing this over and over again. So as we get investigative leads, I think with some arrests, we can have a major impact on seeing the reoccurrence of this.
Okay, thank you. I'll open the floor for other questions or comments. Vice President Shields.
Thank you, President Southers, and thank you, Chief, for the report. I'll go back to the news report that President Southers mentioned at the outset. Obviously, the hearing about allegations that there were racist, sexist comments being made by officers, particularly those in the recruiting office, is very troubling, to say the least. And not only is it troubling that officers are making these types of statements, but also that they're making them so openly, which tells me, it indicates either that everyone thought that this was acceptable behavior, or that they thought that nothing would happen to them if they got caught. Which is, again, troubling in terms of how seriously is the department taking these types of allegations. And how seriously does the department take allegations of improper remarks being made? And I know we've had people come to the commission and complain that certain things that they've been called,
Where did it originate?
like Black Fool, was seen as non-disciplinary. I think both the Inspector General's office and I personally and potentially other commissioners feel like that's not the appropriate result.
Yes.
So how is it that, and I understand that individual discipline is outside the purview of the commission. That's not something that LA City Charter gives us any authority over. But I'd ask the executive director, Django, to work with the department to give us as commissioners more visibility into the types of discipline that is being meted out for these types of improper comments, and also other things of concern that we've talked about before, like DUIs. I think it's important for the commission to see more regularly what that looks like. And so, Chief, to you, and I understand there's an ongoing investigation and can't get into any of those details, but can you talk generally about, what steps you've taken in terms of dealing with the people who are involved, ensuring that the whistleblower is not retaliated against, and also, given that this was done in the recruiting office, whether there's any steps to look at people who may have been rejected based on animus or any other improper motivation.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner. We appreciate the concern and the support that we've gotten from the commission. Working with the IG right from the beginning, as soon as we became aware of this, we put together a team to look at it, internal affairs, and we have relieved and assigned to home those that are involved as we can determine. The investigation is still ongoing. It led to a further individual being identified, and then later a command staff officer on an unrelated, directly to this case, but not dissimilar allegation. So we move forward, we take it very seriously.
Thank you, Ms.
I think that you'll see as that investigation proceeds, we'll be able to keep you up to speed a little bit more on what we found and what actions will be taken. But of great concern to all of you and certainly to all of us that where recruiting is such a critical piece of our ability to be able to move forward, that it be done as well as it possibly can be and beyond reproach. And so the people who work in those areas are held to a very high standard. This was very disappointing to everybody. But we took immediate action, brought in or worked with the Inspector General, and as we continue to move forward with this, people who will be held appropriately accountable for their behavior.
And is the department taking any steps to make sure that the person who disclosed this information is not being penalized in any way?
Yeah, it was an anonymous complaint, but certainly if identification is made, that's a consideration we'll take seriously as well.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Vice President Shields. Mr. Camacho.
No questions.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia?
No, thank you.
Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, I have a question. Thank you, Chief, for your report. Could you just elaborate a little bit more on those 12 new homicides, 90% plus increase since the last since a similar time period? What areas were these homicides?
Yeah, I got a brief yesterday, and I'd have to get back to you on the specifics of that without going through all the books here. I'm happy to do that. But there were a couple of multiples around the city, and I can get you on the areas, but that certainly impacted the numbers. Multiples meaning that the same suspect is involved in those crimes. Yeah, if I could, I'll get back to you offline on those numbers. Sure.
Thank you. We now go to agenda item number 2, public comment. Secretary, please call our speakers.
Our first speaker is Jenna. My name is Jenna Miscavige. My uncle David Miscavige is a leader of Scientology. I was born and raised in Scientology, and just before my 2nd birthday, my parents moved our family right here to Los Angeles to join Scientology's most dedicated group, where they signed $1 billion-year contracts, dedicating all of our souls, lifetime after lifetime, to Scientology. Joining this group meant I would never live in a home with my parents for the entirety of my childhood. It also meant being deprived of an education and being worked for long hours each day, digging trenches, hauling rocks, and being exposed to dangerous chemicals and handling asbestos, all before the age of 12 years old. It meant being shipped across the country from my family at 12 years old and not seeing my parents but for a few moments for the remainder of my childhood. It meant being forbidden to call them and physically restricted from doing so, while having no way of communicating with them that wasn't monitored and intercepted by Scientology. It meant years of soul-destroying interrogations while being in a room I could not leave, being asked questions of a sexual nature day after day for years while being videotaped. Today, I am a mother of 2 beautiful children, and only now can I fully understand what this government-sanctioned, tax-exempt organization really takes away from the children who grow up there, and the devastating lifelong damage it does to those who have no way of protecting themselves. And they do this through controlling their parents. The document you're about to hear is in LAPD's possession via a computer hard drive that was obtained as part of the Training Masterson case. The hard drive was imaged, metadata secured, it's been forensically authenticated by LAPD, and lays bare Scientology's corruption, how they put the organization's interests above the safety and basic human rights of its parishioners. The ones who suffer the most are Scientology's children, the ones who suffer the most are the children of Scientology's parishioners and staff, because they cannot protect themselves and they don't know any different. I was one of those children, and there are so many others. I'm here today to make sure their voices are heard. This letter was copied to Scientology's Legal Affairs Office, Scientology's Chief Ethics Officer, as well as to the chaplain and the file of the alleged predator. Where was the mandatory reporting to the proper authorities?
That was beautiful. Thank you. You heard me. That was amazing.
Next, we have Betty White.
Like, seriously. Thank you. That was amazing. Gosh, that was amazing.
Good morning.
I'm so proud of her.
Would you like to speak on?
Chief's report, agenda item, public comment, please.
Okay, 3 minutes.
First off, I'd like to thank the chief for his report, and I'd also like for you to look into having the neighborhood prosecutor program brought back. I know our city attorney met with our group and said she would not be eliminating the program, though she lied, and within the next couple of weeks it was
That's
all
what we
gone.
needed. That's what.
It's a wonderful program. It has proven to
Actually, in
increase
tears. That was beautiful.
vulnerability and promise and good results. We just really need it back. Also, for agenda items, I support the donation item, and I support agenda item L and M. And with that, I hope everybody stays healthy and safe, and I yield the rest of my time.
Next, we have Serge Elmar.
So this is the follow-up letter of what Jenna just mentioned. I was a child that was trafficked into a Scientology hotel as well, and exactly like Jenna said, we were horrifically abused. This is what's in LAPD's possession. A letter that says, from a Scientology mother, Greg, Bill and I, to say the least, are disappointed and disgusted with your perverted sexual addiction. On a personal level, you put us at risk by using our home computers to go to child porn sites. The internet is monitored activity, and you know, as many lawsuits that we consult, testify in, and all the subpoenas we get at any time, our computers could have ended up in some courtroom. Child pornography is a federal offense. As a law student, you knew. You lived with us at our expense and violated practically every room in our home. You are in treason to Bill and I. Not only did you masturbate all over my house, but you also have to violate our offices, the same company that paid $33,000 for you to go to law school. As if that wasn't bad enough, you took it a step further and used our clients' computers and printers to masturbate to, and then the Commonwealth title company's employees caught you and confronted you, and you continued anyways. Let us not even talk to you about the Rose Ventura. Just another incident. The whole title industry knows that we are Scientologists, that you have done a lot to damage our good opinion they had of us. What you did in regards to my daughter, she's totally capable of handling by herself. What is unspeakable is your action in regards to my 7-year-old family member. Let me be specific about that for the other parties who have been CC'd. When you were at the beach with her class, all of a sudden you had to pee, and you as an adult male with no medical problems could not wait to go next door to the restaurant, and you had to wait until everyone in her class had left and take her into a portable toilet because it was such an emergency, and you were so concerned for her safety. You told her to close her eyes and she peed. She yelled at her when she tried to handle her upset over what she saw. We asked her, what did you hear him pee? She said, I don't remember him pee. I don't know if he peed or just squeezed it. She has more to tell us. I'm sure she will. If I ever catch you even looking at her, I will call the cops. Do not let me see you with any other child. I will go to the parents and tell them all about you. This is a promise. This is a Scientology mother. This is what she knows. The LAPD is not protecting or serving the kids that have grown up in Scientology. You have this document and you've done nothing.
No more kids in Scientology.
Next, we have Art.
That was great. I'm proud of you, Serge.
What's the next name?
It's gonna be the
I will speak to all items.
they go back and forth.
All right, starting off with the chief's report. The chief's report should be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes at every meeting. If the chief's report exceeds 3 minutes, we shall rematch the amount of time the chief takes, regardless of how long the chief takes to provide his comment. All speakers should be able to hear or be able to speak regardless of whether you called in or whether you were in person. And if you don't like the person who signed up for comment, you should still take their comment instead of filtering them out and screening the calls. All right. And, and of course we have the whole scandal you were talking about. And, Rasha mentioned about the whole, they probably did it because they didn't want to happen. That's because it's true. You're not going to do anything. Everyone knows that. And, it really, I think there's some kind of really extreme culture going on here or something. Because, this is how the LAPD treats, individuals who are trying to become one of you, who are trying to become cops. How do they talk about just random citizens and such? That's kind of interesting. Interesting question there. And of course, the LAPD continues to be violent, car chases, that get other people injured.
I'm so
All right, let's move on to the consent agenda. We have something related to, like, firing ranges or something. Is this where they train to shoot civilians or something? We have like a VR thing. It's really weird. We have an automated license plate reader. Is that going to be used to send data to ICE for their mass deportations that are targeting undocumented immigrants and causing harm to them? We have $14,000 for the police memorial ceremony. Only that money was spent to remembering all the people shot by the LAPD. We have, let's see, we have a canopy for the bomb squad. Is that where they do their press conferences when they blow up the neighborhood? We have a video wall screen repair. We have $21,000 for morale and well-being. Again, nothing buys morale and well-being like $21,000 for one division. We have $2,500 for hosting fund, $900 for storage. This is just a ridiculous. Right. But yeah, that's a big mess. Yeah.
Okay, next we have Aaron Smith.
Everybody's so proud of you.
All Scientology wants is to be treated just like all the world's major religions. And even though there's only about 25,000 Scientologists in the entire world, I think they should get exactly what they want. In a letter dated May 2nd, 2019, the then California Attorney General wrote to the Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of LA requesting that church officials preserve documents related to clergy abuse allegations. Quote, the California DOJ is conducting a review of your archdiocese's handling of sexual misconduct allegations involving children, including whether your archdiocese has adequately reported allegations of sexual misconduct as required under California's Child Abuse and Neglect Reporting Act. California's Child Abuse and Neglect Reporting Act, or CANRA, was signed into law in 1981. In 1997, CANRA was updated to include all clergy members as mandatory reporters. It is not a coincidence that in 1997, Scientology issued an order to its senior staff that all internal ethics reports detailing crimes committed by Scientologists were to have any incriminating words such as rape or child sex abuse removed from the report and replaced with certain codes before such reports were sent up to management. This is according to former high-ranking Sea Org member Claire Headley, who testified under oath as an expert witness in Scientology at the Danny Masterson rape trial just over 1 year ago. When the DDA asked Claire Headley under oath, quote, if a person were to report another member for a crime such as rape, is there any policy or direction that ethics officer would take in writing that report? Claire Headley answered, yes. In 1997, an order was issued where terms of a sensitive nature, such as rape and sexual assault, were no longer to be written in reports because copies of those reports go to RTC and OSA, which are two senior high-level Scientology organizations. And they would use a code to remove those terms from the reports. Scientology's most dedicated clergy members are called Sea Org members. These are the individuals who signed the billion-year contracts in service to Scientology. Under CANRA, all Scientology Sea Org members, as clergy members, are mandated reporters for child abuse, including child sex abuse. Reports must be made immediately or as soon as practically possible, and to the civil authorities, not just to the internal Scientology authorities. I can tell you from personal experience of having been a Scientologist and a Sea Org member, it is 100% directly against Scientology policy to ever report another Scientologist to the civil authorities at any time for any reason, including child rape. Reporting another Scientologist to the civil authorities gets you expelled from Scientology. Raping doesn't get you expelled. Reporting it does get you expelled. CANRA is the law of the land. This is the standard we are asking Scientology to be held to. It is the standard all the religions are held to. We ask that a grand jury be impaneled in LA to investigate cover-up of child sex crimes within Scientology. We have copies of transcripts of our statements and some supplemental information for anybody who would like a copy. Thank you.
Stop abuse of women. LAPD is doing the same thing. How do you expect to get anything done?
That was great.
Good morning.
Morning, what items would you like to skip on?
All items, please.
Okay, 3 minutes.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank Becky, Police Commission staff, for helping with a situation last week where letters were submitted to be posted on the lapdonline.org site, and they were not posted. So she helped to resolve the situation in a positive way. She was very professional and very helpful. So thank you. We talked about recruitment today, and I want to point out that the last class had 25, only 25 recruits graduate. The goal is 60. Now, if you look at the demographic breakdown from the website, lapdonline.org, the breakdown of the 25 is 18 Hispanic, 4 African Americans, 2 Asians and 1 Hawaiian. I'm using your terminology. I don't use that terminology. If you go on to the letter that I posted for today, you'll see more detail in my thoughts on this subject. But there is conspicuously a group missing. And I don't believe in grouping people by race, just for the record. But I do not see any recruit graduate of what I would call European descent. Now, why is that? Is there a whole population pool that is not interested in becoming police officers? Or is this an issue of discrimination? Of a certain population pool not feeling welcome in the LAPD? I think that needs to be examined. There needs to be an investigation as to why. This is not the only time this has occurred. I brought this up when Interim Chief Choi presided over the first graduation class he presided over. So what is going on at the LAPD in terms of recruitment? Now, whatever happened with those, there's been allegations of racial remarks or such. I really would like to know details at some point, and I guess we will get them eventually. But everyone has to be one color in the LAPD, blue. And we need to have a culture of one standard. I've heard different remarks, and whether, whatever the subject is, recruitment, hiring, promotion, enforcement of the law as regards certain religions, there must be one standard, a culture of one standard. And I will leave you with that, a culture of one standard. And by the way, police commissioners, ask questions. There are 2 police commissioners that didn't have any questions at all. You have to care, you have to be competent. If you're not, resign your position. God bless the LAPD, and thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
This is emotional tonight, guys. That's what
Members
we
of the
need.
Police Commission, thank you for letting me speak today. What we just heard in the letter that was just read out to you is not an allegation. It is not an omission. It's a mother in Scientology who was admitted to crimes against children in that letter. I invite each and every single one of you to take a moment today, get a copy of this letter, and read through it. This is damning evidence that has been in the hands of the LAPD. How many mandated reporters does it take to ensure not a single report is filed? The law is clear. Scientology, along with the LAPD, is legally bound to report such abuse under the 1997 Child Protection Act, and now reinforced by the Assembly Bill 506. Institutions like Scientology are mandated to report child abuse. Where are the reports? I ask you once again, take time and read this letter today. AB 506 requires that during auditing sessions of any religious counseling involving a minor, that at least 2 mandated reporters are present. Professionals are legally obligated to report abuse. Must be present in all personnel. Rigorous live standing background checks are supposed to be happening with these mandated reporters. Where are those? Yet, despite these safeguards, credible evidence of these abuses systemically neglected at the LAPD, I ask you, how many more children must suffer due to this gross failure of mandated reporters, not only within religious organizations, but also, as we know now from what has been revealed today, right within the LAPD itself. Why are we mandated reporters not helping kids?
Thank you.
No more kids in Scientology.
Next we have Audit LA.
Good morning, Commission Chief, Miss Yu. This is my friend. I call him friend. I'm proud to call him friend. His name is Serge. He grew up in Scientology, and he telling me his story is the reason him, Laura too, but him. He's the reason I fight hard. This is why I come to every police commission meeting, almost every meeting there is. Okay, I come because of him. He has been crying for help and justice, and he's just one of hundreds who have been crying for help, for justice, and it's been falling on deaf ears. So I've been here screaming at the top of my lungs, not literally, but to get him and the others heard. There has to be something done. That's why I'm begging you to remove Janet Wieland and any Scientologist from CPAB, because the people who are doing this, who are protecting what happened to them, are advising LAPD on your CPAB, sir. And I believe that you are a reasonable man. You promised you'd listen, and I believe that. I'm trusting you in that. They have to be held accountable. We've all been attacked and fair gamed as well for speaking up. But it's to the point, whatever they want to plan to do to me, they can do to me. But I will never not help my friend Serge, because he's my friend at this point. And Jenna, her uncle runs. He's like the head of Scientology. And the bravery it takes for her to come here and tell her story to your face. I'm in tears. I don't know her as well, but I thank you for what you said. And thank you for coming forward, because her doing that, she could have chosen to protect family name, whatever, over, the children, but she hasn't. And I salute her for that. But this is my friend, Serge. He's my friend. I love this guy. I love, and his husband, Michael. These are my friends. These are the people I will be in the trenches with. I want you to remember his face. He's why I'm here. He represents every child that has ever been abused and every child that is still being abused, just by their mere practices of auditing. If you only understood, I know right now he's not able to really tell you. But sir, Chief, I am begging you to, when he is able to please hear him out as to what auditing means. Because it's not like us with the police department, where you audit and you see no, it's very different, and it's intrinsically abusive. And there's already laws to protect these children on the books. They just, like Michael was saying, they just need to be engaged and enforced. But I am begging you, do not forget my friend Serge and Jenna and everyone who is standing up for these kids. Please, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
No more kids in Scientology.
Next we have William Coon.
I'm sorry.
Good morning. So you guys are talking about improper remark, right? I'm black, cool, what you were talking about. An officer referred to me as a black fool. I sent 14 emails to this guy right here, asking if that's appropriate. And if somebody does it to another black man again, will that be considered misconduct? I have not heard from him yet. All of these people have been CC'd on those emails. So when you guys pretend like you actually care, you've been on those emails. Now we talk about improper remarks. I know my friend back here was at a community day event when one of your senior lead officers, the liaison to the community, called him a murderer, and then said he beats his wife. Lies. This cop lied on a community member, called him a murderer, said he beats his wife. That could get somebody hurt. That could get somebody killed. I confronted this guy at the parade the other day. I walked with him for about a half a mile, maybe a mile. And I confronted him. I said, is that appropriate? Because you want to know why? He sent me a reply letter back that said that it was non-disciplinary. Calling him a murderer, lying on him, is non-disciplinary. Calling him a wife beater is non-disciplinary. They're allowed to just lie like that, Shields. They're allowed to lie like that, Southers. And so when I asked him about it to his face, the only thing he could say is, good morning. Good morning. And when I asked him about being called a black fool, what did he say? Good morning. Good morning. So you guys talk about accountability. Talk to that guy right there. Because he's doing nothing. And that's why he was put on here, to do nothing. Karen Bass is running for re-election. And she does not want the police union being pissed off at her. So he has come in, I've talked to the captain of the Hollywood Division, and he has said specifically at a CPAC meeting, I have it on recording, that the disciplinary process is too hard on the cops. That it's unfair for the cops. That's what you said. I had commanders come and tell me that. So when you hear that this man or that officers, that senior lead officers, are calling somebody a murderer and calling somebody a wife beater and they do nothing about it, that's on you guys. That's on you guys, right? I'm talking about Scientology a little bit, right? And one time you guys actually investigated their crimes was when they investigated the Danny Masterson case. You had some detectives go and investigate. And what did the Church of Scientology do? Harass the shit out of the detectives. Broke their windows. And what did you guys do? What did you do? Did nothing. You guys did nothing. I'm going to say right now, you guys have a recruiting problem. The recruiting problem is your fault. It's the reflection that you guys are showing to this community, the disrespect you show to the community, that's going to come back and haunt you. Enjoy your day.
Don't incite violence at protests.
Thank you.
Take a shower.
So several points I take some notes. Number one, I heard you mentioned about the recruitment scandal. This specific incident was, caught on social media, but I was wondering how many scandals are there were not published on social media, so it will never get your attention. Number two, I heard the President Southers ask about the bicycle gang and then attack on the other person, and then Commissioner President said it's a problem. It's a problem for 3 years. I disagree with our president because 2 years ago, President said it's a problem. 1 year ago, President said it's a problem. This year is a problem. Next year, he will continue to say it's a problem. Because if I believe something is a problem that it hurts public safety, the police commissioner will solve that problem already. If we have a sheriff, Texas-style sheriff, if we have a Texas-style police chief, I'm pretty sure those 5 gangs will never come out again, will never attack again. They will learn the consequence of the law. But because of this is LA, and then again, I made the same assumption many times in the meeting. Number one, they will never get caught. Number two, when the event they got caught, they will be released very soon. Once that happens, it will encourage more looting, rioting, violence, whatever on the street. Number three, Chief, you talk about burglary. The other day, I watched the Texas Sheriff Wells. There's a press conference in the Texas. The reporter provoked him a question. He said, one of your residents just shot and then killed a burglar in the residence. Do you have any comments about that? Sheriff Wells said, well, I don't have much comments about that. When you are entering someone's house illegally, you should expect to get killed. You should expect to get shot. So that is the style of self-defense of the Texas Sheriff Wells in Manatee County, Florida. But in the city of LA, the reason why is everybody knows we are a coward. No, I'm not weak, I'm just saying me. I am a coward. I don't know how to fight. In the city of LA, everybody knows they can come to my apartment because we don't have a gun. Everybody can loot my house, burglar my house, knowing that I'm afraid to shoot. So what's that happen? Those burglary will continue to occur more often, and more often. And then President Southers said this is a problem. Wait, 1 year ago, next year, he will say the same thing. 2 years later, 3 years later, until the moment he retires, he will continue to say it's a problem.
Next, we have DOA.
Good. Good. Disrespect rape victims.
Well, some people want to 86 the police. You know, they say that Scientology puts a lot of money into Northeast Division, Hollywood Division. Even ex-Scientology foundations, they put thousands of dollars into it. Last time I came here 2 weeks ago, I made a complaint about Officer Gomez at Northeast Division and how I was being charged with the swattings. I filed a complaint. They chased me down and I did a complaint. Guess what? 2 hours fucking later? Guess what happened 2 hours later? I was in fucking handcuffs. See that mark right there? Some motherfuckers laughed about it. Some bitch motherfuckers laughed about that.
It's not the time. God, it's not the time for that. Stay on point. Stay on point.
They think that that's funny. Because I'm standing up for the kids of Scientology, the ex-Scientologist community, the Scientologists, they're all fucking perverted.
Stay on point.
There's all sorts of motherfuckers who just want to put their fucking penis everywhere. All everywhere. That's what Scientology does. It breeds that type of shit. And you guys are all accountable to that. I thanked you last time because I thought I only had one misdemeanor. But you're charging me 16 misdemeanors for standing up for the rape victims of Danny Masterson. 16 different misdemeanors for using a bullhorn. Yeah, I was gonna bullhorn all sorts of motherfuckers because people think it's okay to just bullhorn. They think that bullhorn, it makes you all that it's not okay to bullhorn. I have a right to bullhorn. Inciting violence. Some people think that inciting violence at protests is bad. I would agree with that. Definitely agree with that.
That's why he came to that protest to start a problem.
Some people want to yell. I don't need to yell.
He needs a bullhorn.
It's okay.
Yeah. Some people don't want to stand up for the children.
For himself.
I went to get my property back. It's been over a year. They told me numerous times I'd get my phones back after a year. Still didn't get my property back. No more titty shit. No more fucking titty shit, alright? Who's getting paid by Scientology?
Right here.
86, the police, and the grand old party.
Don't bullhorn rape victims. Don't bullhorn rape victims.
Go fuck yourself.
Go take a shower.
Take the glasses
Go
off.
take a
asshole.
shower.
Excuse me, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Hello, Jonathan Foster.
Okay, guys,
Hello, Chief. Good morning, Chief. Good morning.
I'm gonna go to City Hall because there's not gonna
Mr.
be any work.
President, Dr. Southers, Madam Vice President, Commissioner Galanche, Commissioner Fabian, Commissioner Sanchez Roy. If I said it wrong, I'll get it right next time. Executive Assistant. It's passed by past commissions approved this murder, and now you have approved murder.
Yeah, I
And
think.
this was on a
Wait,
4-1
I wasn't. Make
decision.
sure.
This is why I said that the commission
They're not
needs to
gonna
be
take any more
23 commissioners.
Zoom
like
callers.
the
Should I
judge.
try to go
Change that,
speak over at
please.
City Hall, or should I stay here?
So reporting
Maybe I should
needs
stay here just so I
from
can see
specific
this.
badge tarnishers.
Yeah.
That's what
This is the
support
moment.
needs.
Okay. All right.
I wanted to say
I am so
something
proud of
too
you.
in support. I know, how come so many people let other people commit crime and then an officer has to basically execute somebody, has to feel
Yeah,
bad
he said
about it? How come we aren't protecting the police
he had to
officers
get out of
from
here.
that? Yeah, that's what I'm, that's
So
one of the things
when
I
they,
consider. All
when
right,
they
let's
ask
go
you if
over
you want to
this
speak to
one.
someone, is that after?
Well, no, they'll send somebody, but no, you should have said it up there.
Because I want to speak to somebody.
But tell the officer that you want to speak.
Today is Tuesday, January 28, 2024, and January 28, 2024. Members of the public, today is Tuesday, January 9th, 2023. 2024. My apologies.
Yep, you don't know what year it is. You've done this twice. And so when we have police officers, they're in repetitious mode. Somebody dies. Okay? And I was being led in the Holy Ghost. That's why I found this. It shined a light for me.
Because you have the letters, right?
And what happens when police are stuck in repetitious behavior, it becomes criminal law breaking. And then someone dies. This is called a oops, out of policy shooting, and it becomes a oopa, out of policy murder or homicide. Okay? And Rasha, you got money signs in your eyes. You were going to be a nurse, but you wanted to be a lawyer because it makes more money. And I got so much more to go over in 3 minutes.
Thank you.
That's your numbers. Good. And Shields is the one that asked for the letters. He's the most
My name is Gabriel Rivera.
I would reach out to her.
LAPD police officer in the city of LA for almost 15 years. This is the third time I speak in front of the police commission pertaining to my termination from the LAPD. The first topic I want to make crystal
I'm going to
clear
go outside and check on
is that my statement and demonstration today is in no way perceived as anti-police. I was a police officer for 15 years, and I'm proud of that. Proud of the police, we have no law and order, no city.
But did you tell them that you wanted, did you tell the officer? Okay. Because usually they bring someone right away to talk to you. I'll wait on this side, so just to make sure. Can I go with them, or do we have to go through all this thing again? You had to go back through security?
Are you going to leave the building?
Just check on him.
Okay.
So I'll go back to security.
It's harder for me. Okay, guys. Behind the desk.
On it?
Okay, guys, am I back? Sorry, a call came through. It stops the feed. All right, that was very powerful. I mean, both Serge and Jenna made me cry like real tears. I'm so glad they came and did that. That's what needed to be done, and I'm glad that Shields asked for the letter. The chief was like, I felt like I had the eye contact of everyone. That I feel like, you know, it was so powerful. Yeah, I mean, I know they can hear them, and I know that there's nothing. No one's gonna tell them not to, you know what I mean? Because that's one of the big antagonists. So there's no way. I don't think they're gonna tell them anything, but he did. They all did. I mean, Aaron, but it's like this. But I guess the feeling of that Jenna and Serge, they survived it. I don't know. It just hit me so deeply. Like I was gonna talk on other things too, but that was just impromptu. But oh, thank you, Buttercup. I'm hoping that they hear me on getting Scientology off CPAP too. I know this seems like a minor thing, but it's not, because the CPAP is an advisory board to the LAPD. So here these people are protected, and it gives them a certain favor. There's just no denying it. It's just like when you're friends with somebody, you know, somebody's there working with you, you're going to give them some favor. So it makes it harder for them, and they know this. Scientology knows this. So it's really important that they are kicked off of CPAP. For this one, there's no, they stopped taking, they only took, I think, 2 to 3 calls. To be honest, it may have, I hope not, but, I don't think they really, hopefully there's the victim impacts, that, you know, that was so hard hitting. I'm like shaking and crying. I know, I'm so glad that the victims are here, because I've been saying, haven't I been saying that all along, like, that you guys, I want you guys to hear the victims, and we're not, hold on for guys for a sec. Sorry, guys.
And we'll break for code 7.
Of course. Oh my gosh, he's going. I was shaking, and like, I'm glad we all were, because that was so hard. But it was hard because I was like looking at, it was like breaking down. It's like, and I didn't want them to think like, I know he's. It sounds like he's yelling. It's because like, how, you know, you've been begging it for help for decades, and you feel like no one listens to you. But I'm so glad he's before the people that. He had everyone's attention. Nobody was on their phone. No one was distracted. You know, and that was so powerful. Oops, sorry. And so he was heard. Whether or not they're going to do nothing, we're going to see. But they were definitely heard. And then if they can't come all the time, because I know this is very probably overwhelming for them.
Is your friend coming back in, or?
I think so. Yeah, it's just that he's a victim, and they want to be able to speak. That one with him wants to speak to somebody, because the one sitting down that spoke, he's a victim, and it's this. It was hard for him to tell a story.
Employees coming out through.
Problem. But are they going to get somebody to speak to him, because he asked? You know, like, you know how normally when you say you want to make a complaint.
Well, there's a complaint, and then there's someone to speak regarding a crime.
He wants. Yeah, it's a crime.
So.
I mean, because there's no statute of limitations on certain things. That's what he wants.
He's speaking with somebody now, so let him speak with them.
Oh, he is? That's one of the investigators?
I don't know who, he's not an investigator, he's a detective, supervisor, so he's speaking with him.
Okay, good.
Let him speak with him, and then he will.
Good. Okay, I just want to make sure, because they've never been to this, so I'm helping them facilitate that they have what they need.
Did you boil it? No, sir. It's good.
So, okay, so Michael's talking to a detective. That's a detective, they're saying out there. So, let's start for him. I know, but I know it's as hard as it is. I saw him down, that's why I was saying, I know it's cathartic. It's got to be, like, he got to say it directly to the police chief.
How expensive the print job was for your get up outside. Continue to particularly do so in actively aiding ICE and all federal law and immigration enforcement agencies.
Can you guys hear me?
You're having a presentation later today on your immigration enforcement policy and sanctuary city policy, one that misleads the public and undermines the very values it claims to protect. Let's not be fooled by the posturing and hollow promises of those who say that sanctuary cities stand as a bastion for immigrant communities. You talked about doing know your rights and other bullshit, but time and again we've already debunked and shown how the police have never been here to serve nor to protect. The disturbing reality of sanctuary cities is that all they have done, particularly in Los Angeles, is reify the infrastructure of surveillance and support the existence of the information sharing environment between law enforcement, ICE, and DHS. Ultimately, this reform does nothing but uphold the power and legitimacy of all law enforcement, including immigration enforcement agencies such as ICE, HSI, and DHS. The recent LA ordinance, spoken about later on, purportedly limits LAPD's ability to support immigration enforcement officers, including limiting information sharing or using city resources to aid ICE. In reality, 8 U.S.C. 1373A is a federal statute that prohibits local and state government agencies from limiting communication with DHS, functionally making it impossible to LAPD to withhold information regarding information on immigration or citizenship status of individuals. Under this ordinance, LAPD remains free to share information with ICE and with the DHS. In fact, LAPD is under no prohibition from sharing information in other elements as well, such as criminal records or fingerprint sharing.
Whether it's through sophisticated surveillance tools funded by millions of taxpayer dollars, tools like Palantir, Vigilant Solutions, and LexisNexis, or through routine practices like fingerprinting and their newly unveiled automatic license plate readers, LAPD continues to provide ICE with crucial information that directly aids in the deportation of individuals, ultimately making any claim from your presentation today prematurely moot. Your ALPRs in particular, we've already talked about. The technology LAPD uses has language that explicitly states that ALPRs are used by LAPD to search for, hunt, and track and surveil those without documentation status, or those it deems seditious, or those it deems criminal. Moreover, the LAPD's involvement in multi-agency task forces, such as the Organized Retail Crime Task Force or the Joint Terrorism Task Force, are always used by ICE, LAPD, and other federal agencies through fusion centers in order to hunt, surveil, and track Black and brown communities, as you always have done.
As some of the other folks from Stop LAPD Spying Coalition have stated, I think the question really comes down to, for Luke Belanche and Fabian Garcia, that what about the suspicious activity reporting program? What about iWatch? And the reason I bring this up is that they can talk about all the guardrails, they can talk about all that we're not going to share information. Those programs are dependent on information sharing. That's the basic essence of that program. That when a secret file is open, a suspicious activity reporting file is open, it's been going on since 2007, and then when you see something, say something, the iWatch program since 2009, it is automatically, it's vetted by the Major Crimes Division, but then it's sent to the Fusion Center. That is the requirement of the program. So if this is the case, then what is the program there for? What is it there for? Because it is not about that we're not picking up the phone, we're not sending data over the computer. The program solely exists because of information. Absolutely. What happens to the fingerprints when somebody's pulled in? Where do the fingerprints go? The fingerprints are immediately transferred to the FBI and information is floated all around. What about flock safety license plate readers, which have on their own portal that people can have information on immigration violators? So what you're doing is, this whole bullshit about this, and I know ABD is going to be even presenting that document today, there are such inherent contradictions, both in practice and even what is stated intent is as well. So unless we finish the tools, the very source of those harms, that unless we shut down suspicious activity reporting program, unless we shut down the iWatch See Something Say Something program, this is just there. You can claim all the guardrails, you can claim all the that we're not going to share information, all Sanctuary City or not. That is the nature of the program. So this is where you have to stop. And what about all of these databases that are both sharing with ICE and DHS, and we've been naming them out: Palantir, Peregrine, LexisNexis, RMA, Record Management System, Evidence.com, Axon Fleet, DICDSs, Motorola license plate readers, the Real-Time Crime Centers, Axon body-worn video cameras, CCTVs and wireless camera networks, Genetech software, LifeScan and Evolution, Cellbrite, and more contracts and grants. These are all systems in place in the LAPD that are directly connected with information sharing to ICE, to DHS, to the whole federal government, and the Fusion Center. John McMahon, who's your deputy chief, he has lied several times. He lied to us when we confronted them at Central Station about Operation Laser and the Chronic Vendor Program, and they had their own internal fusion center, unless it was exposed. Then in 2022, he lied again about, that license plate readers not sharing programs with DHS and all of that. So you have to take action, or you can just sit there for a fucking photo opportunity and have mass deportation take place.
Good morning. I was just looking at the press release from January 16th, 2025, which was this year, from the DOJ and the LA County. It says, federal and local law enforcement officials formed task force to combat crimes related to Los Angeles area wildfires. And from the release, it says the Joint Regional Fire Crimes Task Force includes representatives of the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, the ATF, Homeland Security Investigations, the LA County District Attorney's Office, LA City Attorney's Office, the LAPD, and the LA Sheriff's Department. So this task force was started a month after LA City Council passed their so-called sanctuary ordinance that purports to stop city departments from sharing info, including with federal entities like ICE. Anyway, one of those entities listed on this newly formed task force, a month after the sanctuary ordinance passed, is Homeland Security Investigations. When you go to the website to check out Homeland Security Investigations, you'll see that, of course, this is housed within ICE. So aside from the fact the LAPD
I think I'll just follow you guys. I have to get bike guy. Wait, is this bike guy coming? It's like, wait. I'll just leave him in there. No. Psst, bike guy. Come on, girls. Bike guy.
So as politicians pat themselves on the back around hostile
You know the guy I'm with? Can you tell them I'm leaving? It's the guy that's right, I think it's right there, yeah, the fire, yeah. Thanks. He doesn't take social cues all the time.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Doesn't know you left?
No. He saw me, but I think he thinks I'm coming back. Thank you. Whoops, sorry.
We're going?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, at least going outside. I don't know if we're going. You don't. I was like, yeah, they all left, so I was staying, there until they left. But if they're leaving them, okay, guys, that was. Okay. I don't know if we're going. I just want to see what they're up to.
You want to break the code 7?
No. Stop. That's way later.
Let me get my mic.
Are you? I'm okay. Are you guys okay? Are you?
I think we're heading out.
Okay. I'm gonna go to City Hall and try to yell at them about things. You were so short. No, you were so powerful. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna say, but like the same inspiration that you inspire from day one, that keeps us. I can't. I'm speechless. I don't even have words. It was so powerful. I'm so glad you were heard. Oh, absolutely. And I'm so glad you guys came. And Jenna's also so powerful. Like, all of you guys, everyone powerful. But that's what like having the victims come and say, "Hey, this happened to me." You know what I mean? And they listened. They all listened. They listened. They heard. I'm live. Bye, guys. All right, so they heard. I mean, and I'm glad that what's her name asked for the letters.
Bye, honey.
Bye. Yeah, I mean we could, but I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I let him out, but that was so impactful.
Well, and she going all over here? She right there.
The city council meeting. I don't know if we're too late to speak, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people there about the chief.
I just want to find Karen Bass and Hugo.
There's the help desk over there. I am too. I'll be over there in a minute.
There's got to be something with the fire department that's going on. I mean,
Yeah, I would think so. I can't believe it. I'm disgusted too.
Such a slight. Oh, it's disgusting.
I saw the chief like 2 days before. She said hi. I mean, and my guy's known the chief since she was like before LAPD. I mean LAFD. Yeah, it's disgusting. So we're going over there too. I just didn't want to run. But you guys are powerful. I love you, Serge. That's what you know. I love you, my God. Like, your fam. Like, your fam. I love you. Like, seriously. Like a. Boy, I want to say something to. So.
I made sure.
Shanna, I just want to say something real quick. Don't ever worry if like your voice is shaking. It doesn't matter to say it, and none of that matters. That was so impactful. Like I had to say it again. I'm sorry not to go over and over again, but this is what they need to hear. They need to hear from the victims that have been there since childhood. What you said like literally made me cry like on the spot because I don't, and they needed to hear it. So I don't care if it was like you're low or whatever. It doesn't matter. What you said hit them hard. I guarantee it. I think now I have hope that something's going to happen now because that's what they need. That's why I've been bugging for the victims need to be heard. Yes. I'm going to give you a hug. I was like,
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you for being there too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now we're going to keep speaking up for you guys, Yeah, it's not gonna stop. I'm gonna try to get City Hall though. All right, bye guys. Okay. We're gonna try to get over to City Hall. I want to see if there's anything going on over there. Hi. I don't know. I feel.
Hang on, I want to get my sunglasses out of my pocket of the jacket.
All right, hold on. Oh, we have to go on that side anyway. I'm always going on this side. I'm always going the wrong way. But that's what was needed. It's been, and that's to take it to the next steps. I hope that that's what's taken by them is just that. And I hope there's next steps.
Okay.
But it was so impactful. And, I know Jenna was worried about, like, if she could be heard. She was heard loud and clear. I don't care if she has maybe a gentler voice, but she was heard loud and clear. They heard every word, and every word dropped like a bomb. Same with Serge. And now, it's just, I don't know what they're doing. I think Streets may be going over there because he's upset with the mayor, as am I. Very upset about that's why Bike Guy's here today to stand up for the fire chief. But I'll let them do their thing. I don't know, it's just.
Yeah, I forgot it. How you doing? I'm good. Have a good day. Take care.
And this officer, that's a shame. He got fired for being sick. Like, not fired for bad behavior. I'm sorry, guys. It's hard to see chat. Does anyone know what time it is? I don't want to get out of this and then I get stuck.
11:15.
11:15. Okay. When the main meeting's over, we'll go get something.
All right.
I'm hoping we might be able to get a little bit over there. Oh, thank you, Gina, and thank you, Albert. I need to go to the ladies' room over there. See, this officer was treated unjustly. You shouldn't get fired for health issues. You should get fired for bad conduct. He didn't have bad conduct. He got sick, and that's not fair. So I'm gonna stand by this guy. Yes, sir. That's not fair. I'll say it. We want bad cops gone, not good cops who get sick. People can get sick. They can put you on desk duty. They could, you know what I mean? There's something they can do. If you're a good cop and you gave, your career, it's the best. And then they keep bad cops because they say they don't have good enough cops. No, this whole system has to change. Thank you. Yes, we're supporting the fire chief. I'm sorry, I'm not able. The chat just disappears. So I'm not seeing everything. So forgive me if I'm missing chat and stuff. Forgive me for that. Plus, it's sunny out here. I'm having a hard time seeing it anyway, and I'm scooting, so it's all these things going against it. Yeah, and see now what we do. It'd be great if they could keep coming. But I truly believe the ball gets rolling. But loudmouth right here to remind them, right? Gladly remind them of. And we can get their statements out on social media. Hint is Amy. I don't know where Amy is. I know Amy's the ex-queen. We can get the clips of their statements out and remind LAPD what they heard today and let them know that we're not going to tolerate them ignoring it. I have a feeling Shields is the most empathetic, and the fact that it gave me hope that she asked for the letters, so they have that letter in hand. I think it's gonna go places. Okay, guys, you get to go through the the thing. I hope you don't get zapped too hard. Good morning. Sorry. I don't know what's happening. I have not been getting off. I think they're here zapping at. Oh, okay. Well, let's just go ahead and check it out here. All right, so we got here too late for public comment. Thank you. Hey, Ghosty Ghost. All right, so they closed it, but it's okay. I needed to take care of business over there.
Mr. President, the council may not take up item 29 and Councilmember Price.
Exactly.
I signed you, but
Did they call me? Did they call me?
Yeah, it is already over.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's just so much was going on over there with, you know, so that was priority. Thank you. I appreciate you. Tomorrow.
Would council like to take 26?
Let me see who's here, because you want to know if Hugo was here. Is Hugo here? Hugo,
So before council would be item 29.
I'm trying to see who's here.
Item number 29 is before us. Let's open the roll.
All right, so I missed this, but it's okay. Shout out to Smoke and Scan.
You wanted 29 to comment? All right. We would
All
hear your comments at this time.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's 2 meetings in the afternoon. There's 2 meetings in the afternoon. So guys, I don't know why my phone keeps getting bumped off. I have not gotten off on any of those. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, I want to go to ladies' room.
Okay.
Hi. I know. I was at the police one. I know. Hopefully tomorrow. You know, I may go to Van Nuys on Friday. All right.
Oh, yeah, that was item 28. Well, no, the 28 was about the mayor and that, yeah, 28.
But in the afternoon meetings, right?
I didn't see him, but take a look at 28. I think that's
Yeah, thank you. You too. Let me see, 28. Just hold it for a second. And here, Braille Guy's here too. Well, I'm talking, I mean, I'm on chat. I know you don't know who Braille Guy is. They do, though. Hey, Braille Guy. We call you Braille Guy. So, sorry, because my chat knows you. We have names for everyone. No, we call you Braille Guy. I'm just saying, so when I say here's Braille Guy, like, you'll know that no, it's all favorable. You kidding me? You're standing up for the ADA. Heck no, we don't hate you. Yeah, that's just that's who you're known as. That's Braille Guy. Okay, I had to go to the ladies' room, so I'll probably go. You know what, we'll find him. Now, this time I'm going to be getting off for a minute just to go to the bathroom. But I don't know what's going on with my phone. It keeps, like, rebooting and stuff, and it's not me leaving, which is really odd. So, I don't know what's going on. Well, I wonder if we could go up to the fire department area and ask if there's any kind of
comment
or petition or anything that like they would prefer.
Yes.
Like, how can we help
I like that.
support the chief? Okay, we do that.
Yeah, you do have a brain.
I have a brain. Oh, thanks. Thank you for acknowledging that. I guess. Yeah. That's Mr. Hernandez. I mean, Herman. Hey guys, I'm back. He does them really well, but I can hear the inflections are different. Okay, guys. I don't want a hot dog because that's where they're probably going to drag me, so I just got a piece of cheese. Anyway, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if I'm back. Can you guys hear me? I don't know what's going on. It keeps like is going on. I'm telling you, I feel like they're zapping. Am I back? Can you guys hear me? It's frozen. Okay, guys, see if that's better. Oop, sorry. Officers. Okay, good. We're. Hey, and Dusty. Like I'm. Hi.
No food. Be nice. Get down.
He's good.
Be nice.
He would never. He's always nice. That's my Dusty. He can do whatever. He can jump on me. He can bite. You can do what you
Richard came by
want.
him and he started growling, and I said, Richard, it's because you stare at him. You can't stare at a dog. When you walk up to a dog that you hardly see, it's just always pretend like he's not there. So they let the dog want to get your interest. Like, hey, what do you got?
Well, he's protective of you. You know.
Oh, very.
You know, your daddy. But he's my bud. He knows it. He's a certified good boy. Always a good boy.
But I have to get you to pay more attention to me.
That's right. That's daddy.
You get distracted.
You gotta say hi. I got Dusty. Okay, great. I think he wants to go.
Where are you headed from here?
He's gonna keep bugging the heck out of me till he eats. So I don't know if I should just get him some deviled eggs. I mean, go to 7-Eleven. I don't know.
We're gonna go this way because we're gonna run into that former councilman Herb West and he's out there.
Where? Well, I'm gonna go check that out. So maybe I'll go downstairs then. And I'll get eggs. But is there a LAFD type of protest going on?
Actually, I didn't see any.
Okay, I'm worried about. All right, so we might go to the fire department and find out. Okay, but what's her Wesson? Where on the front steps or what's he doing?
He's there, but that's what they say. I don't believe he has seen him.
All right, we'll have to go maybe. Well, I'm probably going in and out.
Well, let's get something to eat.
Get your 2 eggs downstairs. I'll get a drink.
Can I get more than 8? Let's go to 7-Eleven.
No, but then we have to go through checkout again.
It's a pain in the ass.
Because we're afterwards.
All right.
You just need to tide you over.
Huh?
I just need something to tide you over. I'm just having a piece of cheese.
All right.
What time is it? Guys, can we?
11:15.
Oh, thank you.
You want to go to fire upstairs? Or no, while we're in this building, why don't we go ahead and get coached?
Yeah, because once we go to, we're going to have to go through checkout anyway. We can't do fire.
Say again?
You know what? Maybe we better just go to,
Yeah, but then we have to check in twice. Let's just stay here, go to fire,
all right, let's go to fire, then we'll go to 7-Eleven, because we're going to have to go through the checkout anyway, because to come back in here.
All right, then. That's what we'll do.
So instead of going to 7-Eleven, come back, go to fire, have to check in twice.
All right. It's just a pain in the ass, as you know.
I know. Guys, I hope you can hear me. Can you guys hear? I know, coffee. I'm gonna, because he's gonna drive me nuts if I don't feed him. Like, he will literally drive me. Well, here, can you put this in the route? I don't want to keep hearing it.
Hold on.
Sorry if I'm doing ASMR munching. I have a piece of cheese. Little hunk of my aged Gouda.
I do eat a lot.
It's so good. I know, you'd think I'd be the eater. He'll testify. I'm not.
I eat a lot.
But your problem is that you can't wait. Like, even if you eat a lot, like, you're impatient with it.
Totally. When we did, Joe Ortiz, I had 6 helpings of Sizzler for you.
What are they doing here? Sorry. Hi. I just want to let you know that, like I've written in so many like letters and stuff, and never been acknowledged. So they said that the supervisor was going to call me. She never did 4 times, so they gave me her number. I called her, and she's never returned my call. Is it? Should I just give up and just assume? Well, it's been both mayor's help desk and, they keep referring me to mayor's help desk.
Right, so the public comments that you have been leaving, those were a different department, so if you would like to check in with the receptionist or more than welcome to do so.
Okay. Is there anything that's going to be, or is there any kind of thing regarding the fire, captain? Like, is there going to be any kind of either, like more speaking about it, or is there people going to be protesting? Do you know anything that's going on about that? That's okay. Thank you. All right, guys. Am I on here? Like, I don't like that because I can't see all the. Okay, here. Am I on, guys? Wait, did I see your text? No, I have, because it's hard to get out of here. No, I haven't seen anything, Gina. Because every time I even remotely get out of here, I had to go in and out like 3 times to even try to get back.
It is a pain in the ECK.
Oh, she fit. Okay, good. She's still freaking. I don't know how, because it's not showing up on my thing. Like, I look for all. I'm not showing anyone being blocked. I'm gonna have to sit with somebody who might be, be able to figure out if it's. Sorry, guys, I'm munching on cheese. Sorry for the ASMR. Wait, can you guys hear me? Yeah, I know. It's like no one. I don't see any, because it shows you who's blocked, because it goes through. You have to go through Google. And it shows you I have 0 people blocked on Google, because YouTube goes through Google. And I checked I don't have any, because I don't like to block people. So if somebody else did it, whatever it was, and any timeouts would be over with by now. Like if somebody gave her a timeout. So I don't know what's going on.
Is there anybody?
The commission just ask if there's any kind of, you can ask if there's any kind of,
Which side?
I don't even block him, to be honest. He's not blocked either. I block no one. Like, I don't block. I give timeouts, but what if he wanted to come on and say, I'm sorry? You just never know, right? Hope springs eternal. But, okay, can you hit 18?
Copy.
So, wait, it's just the weirdest thing. I don't know if there's a separate, maybe whoever, so there's a certain, if there is, well, you know what, I try to give everyone grace. It's not being too nice, it's just, I have to live my life as if every person matters, because they do, and I always have to believe that redemption is possible, and I have to give because it keeps me sane. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's just, I have to live like that. But I will check. There is some, it could be an old mod or something. I don't know. I don't want to accuse anyone if something's going on, but I want to get to the bottom of it because it bothers me. Unless there's another way to block people that's not through Google.
Is there any paper we could sign to support chief to, let her know that stay on the job? In other words, she got screwed.
Or is there any protest or anything? Like, he just wants to know how can we support the chief?
Email?
Yeah, I can do it for him. Okay, yes. And who do we send it to? It's going to go directly to the mayor? Right. No, I get it. But who are you suggesting? Yes, or to whoever. Like, we want to. I like your hair.
Which would do the most effective?
Perfect.
Thanks.
And if there's any, is there any protest? Because he's here, like, I'm here to protest. Okay. I hope she does.
I do too.
Yeah. Yeah,
She
we
got
like her.
screwed. The
We're
mayor wants
happy.
to make herself look good by pushing it off on her.
Okay, well, I need to see that because when I checked, I went through everything.
You know, one thing they forget, because she's a girl, there was a lot of resentment coming through the ranks in the beginning.
No, the ranks.
I'm just saying she had it hard.
Yeah, but they support her. They're
Now,
behind her.
I'm just saying, okay, whatever.
I think everyone, I mean, my belief is if the chief needs to be fired, then so does the mayor. Like, it all felt like seriously to me, she's just throwing her under the bus. But anyway, guys, so, okay, I need to find out. But like, but Gonza, thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. You too. But can you let them know that we're, yeah, that we're in support. Thank you.
Take care.
You too. Okay, guys, so, because I researched it, I looked it up, I Googled, I did everything, and it says that for your YouTube block, it has to go through, for your channel, it has to go through Google. So I don't know if there's another way. I don't know it, because I Googled it, like I looked in my channel for any way, for anything. I can't find anything. I'm not the most technically savvy person, so Gons. Oh yeah, well you had to have a continuous chief. Oh man, look at this. I bet Scientology's going to be there. That's another thing. We've got to start looking at all the different parties going on. Gonza, can you help me with that? Gonza, maybe, I mean, not right now, obviously, but if you can help me find a different way of looking, I'd be grateful, because I don't want anyone blocked. Like, even the trolls, this time I'm out, I don't block people. Good, thank you, Gonza, because I looked, I Googled, I did everything to look, and it says it goes through Google, so if there's another way.
For LEMP, what is ER, Emergency Resource Truck?
Sorry, I know I'm munching loudly. Oh, you could go first. I'll take the next one. Hi. No, go ahead.
Well, if you go as a group, why not?
Okay, how's things?
Take a ride.
Thank you, because I know you're working and stuff. I don't want to impede your getting everything done.
Okay, what number you guys want?
We need two, please. That's where you go outside, right? At the
Well, yeah. No, well, it's the parking
Street
lot.
level.
One is where you actually go out.
No, I'm gonna go out like where the guard desks are. I think that's two, right? Thank you.
All right, I use that P2.
Thank you.
16th floor. Going
You
down.
too. Oh, thank you, Amanda.
How's it going?
Hi.
Good, how you doing, sir?
Good, good.
You represent?
I'm the Chief Information Officer for LAMP.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so you're who I talk to when I call in as the
What's your
media?
name?
Sam Hinojosa?
Oh, okay, I've never heard, I know Brian Humphrey, I know Scott.
Oh, Ann Casillas. Oh,
Or PSOs.
Yeah.
For more cheese
Among the,
sticks, more kind people like you too, and for kind people like the lady behind the desk with her beautiful hair.
I hear ya.
Oh,
I
thank
hear
you,
ya.
Ann.
I
Thank you so much.
recognize you from a commission.
They even have the old tone on the old.
Wait
a minute.
Second floor. Going
Thank you.
All right.
Well, I'll let him go out first. That's not for right now. It's not appropriate anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, have a good day, sir.
All
Sorry.
right, we'll see you all.
Sorry, brother.
So we go left, correct?
No, we had to go here.
Okay.
Thank you, Ann.
Which is left.
Yeah. I would advise against that stuff here. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I had to. It's like I don't know. He doesn't get that. They may not be amused by his Okie dokie. I always forget which way is the 7-Eleven. And thank you, Am. Oh, thank you, Just a Kid from Maine. Oh, I love Maine. Oh, thank you, Anne. Hot wit. Like I had to babysit, if you know what I mean. Catch my drip. Because he just wants to go hang with them, and it's like, I get it. But wait, which way is the
7 store.
I don't know which way it is.
Well, let me get my bike. We have to cross anyhow, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me do that.
Ask them which way, which direction. I think it's that way. Oh, I think it's that way. I think it's that way.
I do too.
But I had to cross because remember they couldn't get through this side. Whew, thank you guys. Oh, and thank you guys for joining the memberships. So sweet. I appreciate it. It's Carby's mom. She's like kicking my butt to get on that. I appreciate it. She's the drill sergeant. New Buster, thank you. And I didn't know what to call it. I thought that, Xenu Busters, I don't know. Okay, here we go. I'll wait out here. It's so nice out today. Is that streets? Yeah, I see streets. Public comments over. I got the email for the chief because I said we went over to the fire department. There's 2 meetings in the afternoon. I'm going to bring it up.
2 meetings of what? What's going on?
Oh man, I forget what afternoon meetings are today. I want to say, I don't know, is it Plum? Planning land use?
Puppet guys. Plum is
yeah, and there's another one too.
Get a comment in on Tracy Parks. She's running it? Or?
I get them all mixed up. I don't know if she's running it. I get them all because it still gets cloudy. But planning land use, like the part about the city being burned down is planning land use. And, right, you can, because public comment, they can't, and then you have to look at the different agenda items, which I'll get the, get the thing.
Some way to tie it in, right?
Yeah, there's always, that's the creative part is like, and if they call you off or just, just say, okay, and then try to redo it.
I was here last week, they kicked me out of there. I didn't film it or anything. Like I heard you speaking.
They kicked you out?
Wait, what was it? What meeting was that? It was.
Oh, Public Works. Oh yeah.
Works.
Like, did they kick you out? I know they're like you have to.
Yeah.
I fight with them all the time about being off topic.
The security guard came over, and I was like, all right, let me walk away before they ban me for one meeting or whatever.
Yeah, I hate that when they do that. And they're tougher over there for some reason. I don't know why. Well, no, they're tougher in city council too, but. It's like, I know, because you just missed the regular public comment, which you could say anything. And and so.
I was trying to go off on Hugo and about the mess around my neighborhood.
Good.
Which needs to be addressed.
Is he on Plum? I forget. There's Plum and I think it's Plum and Trade. So Trade is also something that's.
When is.
They're both at 2. I think both.
When is the next fire commission meeting?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
Unless they cancel.
What time?
That's at 9, and that's.
So I'll have to miss that.
Yeah, that's.
I don't care. It's more.
I'm going to do that too because I think today was so powerful anyway. But I want to do that too, and that's over in this building on the 18th floor. And then at 9, and then sometimes you can get the sometimes what I'll probably do is give my comment, and try to run over here and see
I want to see what the commissioners have to say.
They want to see you, not the street.
About Bass's move to get rid of Crowley. But Crowley, I hope she's going to appeal.
Me too. She has 10 days. They just told us.
And so she has to get 10 council members on board.
Out of 15, that's going to be hard right now.
Karen Bass, we know she has Hugo. We know that she has Marquise Harris Dawson.
Yep. And
Adrian Azarian.
No, do we know that for sure?
Well, he was standing there at the press conference with
I didn't even see it. And I know Padilla was there. And I know
Price.
current price. So that's 5 right there. So she would have to get every last other one.
Unless we can put pressure on Hugo. See, Hugo, what I noticed is,
And Padilla.
I would imagine that Hugo is probably Karen Bass's #1 ally. He defends her on everything related to city, related to Inside Safe. Like, he is just champion that. Like, you can't believe it. It's such a garbage program. So I need to separate.
But you know what how we do it? He's supposed to be a union guy. He's supposed to be pro-union. How is he going against the union chief? You know, the unions.
Union came out in defense of her.
Right. So how is he defying the union? You know why?
Because he only cares about Unite Here 11. He will throw every other union on the bus. He only cares about Unite, his own union that he's a member of.
But we need to get that
And the LA
union to
Fed.
put pressure on him.
He stands with the LA Fed.
have
Listen,
no
the
emotion.
LAPPO, the police union, has an outsized influence in the LA Fed itself, which is disgusting.
But aren't they for the? I thought that all the unions were sticking with the chief.
I didn't hear. You know what? I don't know if the LAPPL did. I need to find out.
We need. Let me know, please.
I could see them throwing the chief under the bus because they're standing with. They're defending Karen Bass against Rick Caruso. And the union endorsed Caruso in the election. They spent $3.5 million against Karen Bass, and now when Caruso put out some statement about Karen Bass not being in control, they told Caruso, they put out a statement telling him to stop playing games, stop playing politics. The only person who defended Karen Bass during that fire was the LAPPL.
Wow. See, that's disappointing because you know what? Then when they go after the chief, the fire's not going to support him.
Well, and the
if
thing
that ever
about it
happens.
is, the LAPPL, at the end of the day, the LAPPL, they wanted that big pay raise. They got a 12% pay raise for new cops, plus another step program of 3, 4, 5% every year. So they're getting all the money that they want. They got everything they asked
Plus all those
for.
donations. They have all the billionaires on board.
And Bass is sticking with them, and Bass is hoping that the LAPPL will help her get reelected. But
I don't think it's going to happen this time.
There's 0% chance he's getting reelected.
I agree.
I feel very confident in saying, I'm not talking about a 1% chance. I'm talking about who is her constituents. She didn't go to the MLK parade. You know why? I think she would have got booed there too.
I think probably.
So she loses black people in South Central. She has nothing. You know what she has? If you look at her defenders, there's nobody in LA defending her. Even Sokolov came out yesterday. Sokolov co-chaired her transition.
Wow.
She's a huge ally. He's a huge ally. And he came out yesterday in LA Weekly and threw her under the bus, said she's lied to her. She lied to her.
Wow.
She has no allies except for the LA.
Good. And that's because they have shady money. We don't get to know who donates to them, and that needs to stop. That's one of the things I want to fight against. I want to know because, like, for me, the Scientology or who else is giving them the money for this? And then Chow said to my face, "Oh, that doesn't create any kind of conflict." I'm like, "Oh, really? Like, if Scientology said, hey, remember that truck you got? Remember that? That was me. You don't think behind the scenes that creates? Come on, like, we're not dumb."
That was pretty powerful over there.
Oh, that was so powerful.
I couldn't see your face, but were you in tears?
I was crying, like literally crying, and I'm so glad they did it. I was crying so hard, like literally, and I didn't know what I was going to say because I was going to talk about a few things, right? It's just like, I don't know, seeing Serta just. I just went on,
Those are the best views. That's why I never plan anything I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's just whatever comes to the top of my mind because I feel like when I plan stuff, I feel rehearsed and I feel robotic.
Yeah, I don't like rehearse or anything, but sometimes I know because I wanted to discuss like why he doesn't seem to know, and I want him to know like there's 3 murders. I knew 2 of them. I didn't know them well, but 2 of the victims I know in passing, and they're my community members.
He was asked about murders by I believe it was Shields.
Yes.
He didn't know the answers. He is a very aloof fire chief.
I think he's overwhelmed, like getting up and running.
The last time, remember, was it Rudolph? Was it Rudolph or Randolph, his assistant chief, started the presentation.
Oh yeah.